December 15th Board of Public Affairs meeting. First on the agenda is to approve the minutes for the December 1st board meeting. All been provided with that. You see any additions, corrections, comments? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Dick, I don't see any additions or corrections. I will move to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Tom?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Dick?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Annette?
Yes.
Next on the agenda will be a hearing of public concerns. A number's been provided. For a call in, we'll just hesitate here about 30 seconds. If we get no calls, we'll move on. Okay, we'll move on. Next on the agenda is the clerk treasurer's report. Laura?
The board has been presented with the clerk treasurer's report for the month ending November 30th, 2020.
Dick, I'll make a motion. We accept the clerk treasurer's report as presented.
This is Annette. I'll second it.
Jim?
Yes.
Annette?
Yes.
Dick?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Thank you all. Next on the agenda is a resolution. Would you please number and read, Laura?
Resolution number 51, 2020, authorizing change order number 1 for the construction of the Industrial Drive Substation project.
Mr. Carreso, would you like to address that, please?
Thank you, Mr. Long. We have about 4 items that we would like to ask for you to approve on the resolution. Before I get into those real quickly, I would like to say that the industrial substation is operational. It can be used at this moment. However, because of a couple of change orders, we're going to kind of delay that for a few weeks just to make it easier to get these change orders completed as quick as possible. And I'll explain that in the future. But however, it is operational. We do have the transformer on. We do have the phase checked out to one of the feeders. So it could be brought online relatively quickly. First of all, the first change order was to add 2 2-inch conduits for communications. That's to bring the fiber in for Joe to get it in and out from one of the feeder poles. That was a change order of $2,940. Next one was the feeder conductors were slightly too small. We went from 3/0 to 250 MCM, which is basically a 50 amp increase or a 20% increase in the capabilities of the neutral. That was a change order for $3,212. And then what we noticed was on the secondary of the transformer, there was only 2 750 MCMs coming in, which gave it basically 1,000 amp capacity, which the maximum that transformer can stick out in amperage is a little over 1,200, almost 1,300 amps. And that would require the third 750 to be in there. GPD had came back with a change order of $38,364. However, thanks to Nate's negotiating skills, we didn't feel as a team either that we should accept that whole amount, even though if we would have originally gotten that third one put in there, we would have had to pay for that much. So Nate agreed to pay for the cabling addition, which I think is a great way to look at it because we would have had to incur that cost at the beginning anyways. And so that change order is for $7,054, which brings us up to having to be able to have the whole capacity of that transformer if it would be needed in the future. And this is the most cost-effective time to do that. Last one is we extended the completion date, or would like to March 31st. Some of that is due to the weather. The transformer originally came in about a month late. Some of the other things is we just don't know what the availability of this cable will be. Many things like Joe, who is trying to get fiber and communications for the sub and for the project for the GP, is having trouble even getting parts. So we're not sure when this cable will be able to get here. And then once it gets here, is getting back onto FET schedule and getting them in here to get that all switched out. So we wanted to make sure that we gave them plenty of time so that we did not rush them to make mistakes. So we respectfully request to have the change orders approved. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer anything there, or if Nate would like to add anything additional.
The only thing I'd like to add, Jim, is just that they anticipate basically the middle of January being done. They just needed that extra time in case lead times for materials, which I think you might have touched on that. But just to let you know that they anticipate having it done in the middle of January. That's their goal. They want it done just as fast as we do. But we gave them that extra time so we didn't have to keep coming back and say, hey, there was a delay in materials. So I thought we would just give them a little extra time. We aren't pressed. It's functional as is. So kind of the reasoning for that.
I was going to say, it seems to me that it makes perfect sense to wire that for the maximum load of the transformer. And I doubt that we'll ever do it any cheaper. We will right now. And I'd also like to say that I'm impressed that you're ready to feed a circuit out of that substation already.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thanks for your negotiating skills. You saved us about $21,000, Nate. Good job.
Well, I'd also like to thank every crew that was out there, as far as our water crew who helped build the access road, the electric distribution crew who set the 69 poles, all of Jim's crew being out there. I mean, it was a true team effort. Communications and fiber to feed for the SCADA system. It was truly a group effort, and I'm proud of our whole team.
Any other questions or comments?
No, Dick, I'll make a motion that we approve the changes.
This is Tom. I'll second.
Jim?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Dick?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Annette?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Jim. Next on the agenda is a request to reclassify a water department employee. Derek, would you like to start that conversation?
Yep, this is a request to reclassify Chad Fitzenreiter to a water treatment operator 3. Chad can successfully perform the essential functions and duties of this reclassification. Chad met all EPA requirements, and he has successfully passed and obtained his Ohio EPA Class 3 water supply certification. He also holds a valid ACO backflow certification and an Ohio EPA bacteria analyst certification. His work ethic shows he has a strong commitment to ensuring Bryan's water supply is maintained and our customers are satisfied. We would respectfully request to reclassify Chad Fitzenreiter to a water treatment operator 3.
Any questions or comments?
I am impressed with Chad's abilities. That's the one comment I'd like to make. And in so saying, I'd like to move that we make that request tonight.
I will second.
Karen?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I should have said Dick first. Sorry. Dick?
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Annette.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is to pay the bills. I'll entertain a motion that we pay the bills.
This is Jim. I'll make a motion that we effect semi-monthly disbursements.
This is Annette. I'll second them.
Jim,
Yes.
Annette,
Yes.
Dick,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Karen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Can you hear Dick again now? Dick, you talk to the TV.
Talk on TV. We have a little technical difficulty here. Can everybody hear me?
And now. I think.
Nobody hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, I got you all now. Okay, how about Dawn?
Are we going around the table?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, how about Dawn?
Hold on.
Dick.
Okay, we've got a little bit of feedback, Dick. So we just heard you say that twice. It confused me a little bit. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? I just want to congratulate Chad Fitzenreiter. From what I understand, the Ohio EPA. Are we going around the table?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, how about Dawn?
Tell me I'm not the only one that hears that.
No, you're not.
Pierre grins.
Okay. Hopefully it's safe to resume. I do congratulate Chad Fitzenreiter. From what I understand, the Ohio. From what I understand, the Ohio EPA Class 3 test is incredibly hard and takes a lot of studying and preparation and hard work. So I just wanted to say congratulations to Chad. And that's all I had. Thank you.
Jim, maybe you should take over. You're the vice chair.
He said, "Nate, I am muted. You're good now."
Okay, Nate, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. Want me to go next?
Yeah. Please.
Okay. First off, I'd also like to congratulate Chad. I'd be the second one in there because it's going to be redundant. But the Ohio EPA Class 3 water is very tough. Believe me, it's not easy. If it was, everybody'd have one. So that's very hard to get one and obtain one. So I'm very proud of him. Second, I would like to remind the board that the mayor will need an alternate to fill in when she goes to attend her Ohio Municipal Electric Association meetings. You don't have to do any action right now, and she may want to touch on it some more, but I just wanted to get that out. It's something you need to start thinking about because she'd like to basically get somebody delegated, start talking about it between you and see if we can get somebody for their January meeting. They'd like to have it something by then. So something to start talking about. I'd also like to talk about our peak alert winter season is beginning. And if you remember, Jim talked about finishing up Turbine 2. So it's ready and raring to go. I just want to remind everyone if when we head into winter, everybody thinks that our peaks are in the heat of the summer, but that's not always so. We have these cold days. So I just want people to be aware. And the city of Bryan electricity supply costs are primarily from energy capacity, transmission costs. Since 2017, they have expressed the desire to reduce electric costs, and this is an opportunity to accomplish the goal to participate in the peak energy alert response. So there's things that they can do. They can go to our website and they can sign up for these alerts. It'll give them different options that they can do to help us out and turn off unnecessary lights and appliances, unplug computers and chargers, set thermostats a little bit less than maybe comfortable for during these peak times. And I just wanted to throw that out there and wanted people to be able to go to our website and learn more about it and remind them that it's just starting soon. So that's about all I had.
Thank you, Nate. Madam?
Sure. I actually do have a few things this evening that I'd like to share with you. First of all, council did in their last meeting set the year-end council meeting for December 30th at noon. That will still be held virtually, but we wanted to make sure that you were aware of that. That's typically the meeting where they pass the budget overall. So December 30th at noon. Also on the OMEA board of directors that Nate spoke about, obviously I love representing BMU as an AMP community on that, and I have near perfect attendance. However, there is usually a fall conference that there is an event here for local officials that I tend to stick around Bryan for in September, and usually the dates conflict. So for that purpose, because I know it's really important for us to keep our perfect attendance with OMEA, I would ask that a board member be my alternate designee. We passed the resolution last year. I believe that was Tom. It's been Dick in the past. So that'll be a decision that you guys need to make as a group. And then once you have, if you could get that to me, I can have council and then your board pass the resolution that OMEA needs for that designee and designation. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys always stepping up and filling in, because the AMP community is very important to Bryan Municipal Utilities in the city of Bryan. So thank you.
Mayor. How about Laura?
I have nothing this evening, sir, but want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Laura. Rhonda?
Just congratulations to Chad. I've known Chad since before he was a BMU employee. He's a good worker. You have a good employee. Thank you.
Thank you, Rhonda. Derek?
Sir.
Who did you say, Dick?
I'm sorry.
Who did you call on?
I'm having a little technical difficulty here, so I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
He called on Derek, and Derek said he had nothing.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. Okay, Mr. Kress.
Just real quick to segue off of what Nate said about generation is in the summer, generation is always in the afternoons. In the wintertime, generation is typically, it sometimes is in the afternoon, but it's typically from 6 a.m. till 10 a.m. in the mornings is the high peak times for the winter. So that's something to be considered of when everybody's conserving electricity. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Annette?
Well, I just want to say, repeat what Dawn said. Congratulations to Chad. And I'd also like to thank Nate for his negotiating skills on negotiating the price on the third item in the change order. And Merry Christmas to everyone.
Okay, thanks, Annette.
Mhm.
Mr. Sprow.
Yes, I'll congratulate Chad also on his new classification. Good work, Chad. I also like to touch on what Nate and Jim mentioned about hitting the peaks and what that does for Bryan. But we didn't mention today, and we have several times, what that means to the ratepayers in dollars. And if somebody could touch on that, put a figure to it, I mean, it might just explain it a little more, and maybe people would take it serious, which I know they do. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Don. Karen.
Yes, I want to say that for the industrial drive substation, I'm impressed that for a project of that magnitude, we did not have more to deal with. So that is impressive, in my opinion. Going back through the years of what the utility has accomplished. So congratulations on all of your attention and paying specific attention to how things should be done and doing them in the correct manner. So that's speaks very highly of everyone who has been involved in that. So good job doing all the work on that and getting things taken care of in a timely fashion with minimal disruption. And yes, congratulations again to Chad, and happy holidays to everyone.
Thank you, Karen. Mr. Salsbury.
I'd also like to congratulate Chad Finson-Ryder. I know that a class 3 is no small feat, so congratulations on the hard work. You deserve it. Also, the substation. Once again, I'll say that I'm impressed that actually a circuit is ready to serve the city coming out of the new substation. That also is no small feat. And I know everybody's been working hard on it. I mean, I guess I could say from our management personnel on down to help keep the costs down and to get the project finished. I see most every morning when I come home, I see the truck set up at the end of my road working. I assume doing hot taps and getting ready to serve the community. So that's a very good thing. Other than that, I also would like to wish everybody a happy holidays. That's all I have.
Again, I would echo what everyone said. Everybody have a happy holiday. Congratulations again to Chad. And if anyone would like to sit on the OMEA board as the mayor's alternate, we'll have that discussion probably at the last meeting. But if anyone's interested, please speak up. Otherwise, Dawn and Nate won't let me go to AMP anymore. I won't get to go to Columbus to see everyone, but I'd be interested in doing it. It's a lot of fun and it's rewarding. Okay, that's all I have. We're going to go into executive session to discuss compensation of a public employee. I'd like to have all the board members, Mayor, Dawn, Nate, Laura, and I hate to do this to you, Rhonda, but we need to excuse you.
No problem.
Okay, and we'll see you in the executive session.